Hi, welcome to the first episode of We Skills Your Career Guide. Our guest for this episode is Mr. Pradeep Chopra. He is the co-founder and CEO of Asia's leading digital marketing and data analytics company, Digital Vidya. Pradeep has been a part of the internet industry since year 2000 and is among the pioneers of digital marketing. A graduate of IIT Delhi and a recipient of Social Media Entrepreneur Award at Global Youth Marketing Forum, Pradeep is one of the most sought after international speakers on digital marketing and entrepreneurship. So now let's start with our first question.
So that's a great question. What does a digital marketer do? Actually, given digital marketing spans across various aspects like search engine optimization, social media marketing, search engine marketing, email marketing. Depending upon the profile of a digital marketer, he or she spends his or her time in different activities. For example, if you are a digital marketer doing Facebook marketing for your organization, then you will be spending your time on running Facebook ad campaigns. Or if you are doing search engine optimization, then you may be working on how can you create great content and get that content be shared by others so that you can get your website ranked on the top for the relevant keywords. Similarly, if you're doing email marketing, then you would be looking at what kind of content you create, which your audience is going to like it. You may be playing a role of an analyst, then you are measuring data using various tools. So the best part is it's a very interesting and dynamic domain and you really enjoy doing whatever you're doing in digital marketing. So given the number of people who are on digital media, right? Like Facebook alone has close to 1.78 billion users on itself. And this number is growing. And also the amount of time each one of us are spending on this medium is growing. That means today for any organization, this is a very important media. So every organization is looking at spending their time and money in reaching out to their customers through digital media. And that is the reason there is an increasing demand of skilled digital marketing professionals. Because academic institutions are not able to teach this dynamic subject, and thus there is a huge dearth of talent in this industry. Like early 2000 was a time of IT industry, this is a time of digital marketing from a career standpoint. So interestingly, digital marketing doesn't have too many prerequisite skills or even prerequisite education qualification. The biggest prerequisite is your passion for this medium, because your time will go on, spending on say on mobile or on Facebook or on Twitter. So I think that inner desire and passion for this medium is the most important aspect. Then depending upon what role you are playing, there are some soft skills and there are technical skills. Of course, technical skills are dependent on what you are doing. For example, if you're doing social media marketing, then knowledge about Facebook ads, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of those are important. But there are some soft skills which really helps. One of the soft skills is communication skills. I think since digital marketing is about your brand talking on your behalf through content on the medium, so how well your content is written plays a significant role. Some large brands have a separate dedicated team. Some companies require a digital marketing to have a great communication skills. So that's one. Then multitasking is another, because you are working on multiple channels. So and changing it, evolving it, that's another. How can you unlearn and learn fast, right? Because this is a dynamic field. Similarly, if you are playing a role in analytics, like you are doing web analytics, and generally you will be doing some analytics. So the interest for numbers is also another important skill. Then embracing technology. You don't need to know programming, but if you are comfortable in understanding and embracing technology, that's going to be another skill. That's a good question. Now, the average salary of a digital marketing professional varies depending upon a lot of parameters, including education qualification, including any previous work experience, including his or her knowledge about digital marketing. Someone who is a normal graduate at a fresher level with 0 to 1 year experience earn anywhere between 1.5 to 4 lakhs in a year. Then you move to a specialist role, to a team lead role, and maybe anywhere between 5 to 10 years, you move to a digital marketing head role and you earn anywhere between 10 lakhs to 30 lakhs. Now, this does not take into consideration people with exceptional education background, exceptional work experience, or exceptional understanding of this medium. Those kind of people working in large corporates, working in high growth internet startups, or working in digital marketing media players or platform companies like LinkedIn, Facebook, Google, even in India earns even more than 1 crore as well. But of course, that's an exception. But normally, I think anywhere between 2 lakhs to 25, 30 lakhs is what a digital marketer earns.
So it's very promising.
Absolutely. Okay, so how do you learn digital marketing, right? Given this is a very dynamic field and very practical field, the best way to learn digital marketing, or the only way to learn digital marketing, is to practice it, right? If you are just learning it theoretically, that won't add any value. So you have to learn it hands-on. And that is the reason academic institutions are not able to do justice to impart desired digital marketing skills. What that makes is, normally people learn it on their job. So someone in the organization would teach, or they are trying on their own. Otherwise, people who are not into this industry already, one way is if you can, experiment on your own, but that's easier said than done. You don't know which is the right content. Are you learning it right? Are you getting feedback? So while there is so much of great content available online, or there are free courses by companies like Coursera, edX, the challenge with all of them is because there is no one to handhold you, there is no one to guide you, and there is no fixed schedule. It's like you should go to gym, but you don't go. That's a challenge with most of these online self-study content available. The most relevant approach, as we have seen, is if you learn digital marketing over a longer period of time in a hands-on practical approach through a guided support structure, and if you can earn an accreditation or a certification at the end if career is your objective, that's the best way. And there are a lot of institutes, and definitely I can proudly say that Digital Vidya's certified digital marketing certification, which is offered in association with vSkills, is one of the most recommended and respected digital marketing courses. And we believe that learning it hands-on, learning it practical with an industry expert, and in the end you earning a certification, and if an institute provides a placement support, that is the best way, and that's what we have been doing since last 7 years.